Alright, so here today we do have some very fun stuff to go through. We got some fun stuff to talk about and such. Today we're going to be going over basically the current banner, which is Cha. We're going to talk about her and what you might want to be doing as a free-to-play as of right now. If you've already acquired the character, if you're acquiring the character, we're going through all that information here just to make sure at least you don't mess this up, or at least you know what you're doing. Again, I'll make sure to also make it clear about the A1 situation, which is basically duping the character or advancing the character one time. That is a big little discrepancy in the aspect of, okay, you could take the character from A tier, or rather SS tier to SSS tier, because people are saying like, yeah, it's a damn good upgrade. Today we're going to go through all that information and do everything here today. So again, if you're new to the channel, as always, like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. I want to thank you all for 3.6k. Also, again, to every one of my supporters, I do appreciate it. If you want to support me, link in the description, go to the site, log in, just hit support. That's all you got to do. And apparently I can actually give back to you soon. We are allowed to apparently give coupon codes to the supporters, which is kind of cool. I didn't even know this was a function, but it is. So to all my supporters, I can hopefully hook you up soon. All right, I think so. I think that's how it works, right? It says support a coupon section, and people can claim that. So kind of cool. Kind of cool there, Marvel. I think you cooked here. I genuinely think you cooked here. With that being said, let's hop into it. And yeah, expect something cool soon. Yeah. So first things first, with the banner we currently have active, it's Cha. This character has already been determined to be like just god tier. I showed you tier list the last video. Go watch it if you would like to. This character is just literally god tier. There is no if, buts, whatever. There's nothing. It's god tier, correct? If this character released day one back then, we would have said like, wow, what the fudge. Now it released here, we're like, oh, power creep. It's just because she literally creates a hole in the tier in the game because she is just god tier. Her entire kit, recovery disable, what the fudge, huge, very important. Crit based, oh my god, the crit does insane. The way it stacks, everything, not gimmicky. Oh my god, everything about this character turned out to be good. Now, the thing is, do I pull for the character? Answer, I already gave it to you. Last video, 10 videos ago, I already answered that. You have to pull for her. Out of every character in the game, versus Silvermane, versus anything, she is a must-have. Simply put, she is a must-have. First off, she's going to help with Arachnid, she's going to help in the future, she's going to help you with so much content and so many bosses in the game that have recovery abilities, which are so annoying to deal with. She will counter all those things and help you win. I am telling you now, this will be a very important character for your account, and if you want to take things seriously endgame, or at least between chapter 12 to 15, oh my god, this character will help you a crap ton, okay? Beyond that, again, Arachnid, an annoying boss, she literally helped me clear all the way to tier 7, possibly now tier 8 I'm gonna get to, and we're done with that. So, very cool character, there's that. With that out the way, now, let's talk about A1. Advancing a character in this game is basically duping a character. In Genshin, you call it C6. I C6 my character. In Grand Cross, you called it I 6 my character. In this game, you A6 your character because it's a, what is it? Advancement function, correct? So again, I hit this button over here, I can now advance my character. I require a dupe pulled from the banner. Obviously, the banner in this game is pretty low rates, so trying to pull a dupe is pretty hard. Any free-to-play asking me, should I dupe a character, just know this now, it's gonna be hard to dupe a character, correct? How I would do it if you really think about doing it, right? Because again, what does she get when she actually goes and dupes herself? She gets this ability over here. The dancer effect can now stack up to 5 times, so let's keep that in mind. Beyond that, at 2, she gets increased at the critical rate by 60%. Let's be very honest here, A2 sounds cool, but I don't think that A2 is a worth chase. I think that A1 is like the highest I'll let you go, because if you want to go A2, there's no reason, because A3 is nuts, bro. When attacking a branded target, which is the whole point of her kit, increases the skill damage of the dancer and sword of light by 50%, which this is a huge ability here. So again, just realize this now. A1 or A3 is my kind of recommendation. A2 is cool. A2 is cool and all. It is, but I think that A1 or A3, like if you're stopping at A2, might as well go for A3 while you're at it. But I definitely think that A1's enough. Stop at A1 unless you plan to go to A3. There's no reason to go to A2. I think A1 is like the bread and butter. That's it. But as a free-to-play, just know this now. We'll get to that, okay, about if it's worth it or not. But again, to show you what that ability is, go down here. I think it's her basic skill that has it. So the dancer is this. The dancer, which is again the thing that can be stacked 5 times, that can be used an infinite number of times while the effect is active. The dancer. The user's attack and critical hit damage increases by 8%, stacking them to 3 times. Now it gives you 2 additional notches of that. So it's taking the attack and critical hit damage, 8%, 16%, 24%, now to 32%, and then 40%, right? Did I butcher that? No, right? No, we're good. So remember that. That's kind of what they're going for here. Again, for the most part, that's not half bad. That genuinely isn't half bad. It's giving you, again, initial notches over here, which, again, this is like a big part of her kit and a big part of her damage. So having this would be pretty nice. That's why A1 is kind of recommended for a character that's already God tier, SS tier. You're making that character even more God tier because, again, it's like just she's definitely considered a power creep because it's like, you know, you had Choi, great character. He's like S tier, right? Now you have this character, SS tier. You have Silver, still again, I would say S tier, on par with like Choi, a little bit higher, but definitely she just creates a whole tier of her own, because again, how good she is. But again, is it worth it? We gotta answer that question. Simply put, this is my entire answer. You have to realize that in this game, it is not easy to acquire a character. So acquiring a dupe here means you have to forego a separate character. In this game, is it better for a free-to-play to build a character like this, A1, or multiple characters to beat multiple types of content? In my opinion, I would say it's multiple types of content, just because again, you have many bosses to go through. And if you build up your light character so well, and let's say an ice character, or sorry, a water character, or a fire character, or whatever character releases, and you need that typing, you just lost that because you chose to build a light character. Again, as time progresses, we're obviously going to see broken characters added into the game, but it's going to take a while to see a broken light character like this one. So it's, again, in my opinion, I would build multiple characters. I would even say, like, okay, do you want to go for, like, if you would say Silvermane, or if you want to go for whoever's next, whether that be a Choi Riven, people are talking about, if that's possible. People are talking about other characters from the anime. There was, like, leaks floating around. We don't know who's next exactly. And again, just remember, people are basing all their information off a leaked kit. And remember, Cha was leaked. Cha had a leaked kit. And what happened to the leaked kits? It was BS. Most of it was, and in the end, buffed, correct? So whatever people thought she was, they were like, oh, she's pretty good. Now, afterwards, oh, she's pretty busted. I wonder why. Because, again, they took that kit, they revamped it, they did a lot of changes to it, and again, she became even better than we thought from the leaks. So remember, if you're looking at a leaked kit, like, okay, that character looks like a skip, just know it's bullcrap. Don't think that is a skip anymore, because there is a lot of potential from that character to be just busted. And if Netmarble sees that, like the community talking about, like, oh, okay, they think this character's mid, buff up the numbers, right? You chose to summon for Cha, you chose to will on Cha. Well, guess what? Whoever's next is better. We don't know. That's all facts, again, that you have to wait and see. So just keep that in mind. That's a big thing. What I would say is I would wait for the next character, see the information. You'll have that information handy to you. But if you want to chase it, if you're a light spender, even if you're free to play, the highest I would tell you to go is try just to summon. Whatever summons you get, put them in. You will probably push pity, and worst case scenario, the pity transfers, you're good to go. Yes, pity transfers in this game. So again, worst case scenario, pity transfers. Worst case scenario, you lose the 50-50, but pity transfer to the next banner, you go for the next banner as a guaranteed character. That's the worst case scenario, right? So again, just remember that. That's also an option. What am I going to be doing on this banner? Obviously, I do spend a little bit of money here. I'm not whaling or anything. I just buy the monthlies because it's just worth its value. Probably for me, I'd go for just A1 Cha, and that's it. Again, I did kind of want to dupe Choi. Sadly, I never got to. His banner left right before I could dupe him, which was a pretty terrible thing that happened. So, not to do that again. I would A1 her. Would I A3 her? Too much. That's too much of an investment for me. That's like me spending a few $100s, which I'm not going to do. So for me, I'm going to A1 her as a light spender. What I say for you, I would wait, see what's next, hear about it, build multiple characters. Yes, A1's good, but I'll just dupe her during a rerun. Yeah, that's okay for me, correct? In my opinion. And again, A1 is it's rough for a free-to-play to get to, but if you could try to push, you might want to just push and then fail the pity, or at least win the pity early. Correct? If you're pushing all the way to pity, just remember you're screwing yourself with the next character, which again we don't know what happens next, and we don't know how good that character turns out, and if that character's busted also, right? That's what's gonna happen. So up to you. My decision again. Most like games like Genshin and Honkai, I usually don't go for the C6 or C duplicates just because they're not too important. But A1 Cha is pretty nasty, and she's already a power creep character, which again we don't know how power creep beyond we can go. You know what I mean? So there is that. But with that being said, I'll try to do some summons later on. Show you if I can dupe her. Currently, I'm 23 into pity. I did 2 multis during a different video, and did I win? No, no, I didn't. 17 days from now, we might know what the next banner is also, and we should have like drip marketing and skit reveals and stuff. So we have. Did I say skit or kit? Kit reveals. So stay tuned for that. All right. With that being said, take care, have fun. I think I answered every question. It's either A1 or A3. A2 is not worth it. So A1, A3, pick one of those. If you're at A2, just stop, and you don't want to go to A3, you don't have to. I'm not saying like, oh, you got to go to A3 now. That's not the case. It's just A1, A3 is like the 2 highlights. A1 is very good. I would stop at A1, honestly. Would not go beyond that. And when it comes to upcoming character, I might go for that instead of A1, just because free to play there's not much currency floating around. Again, heavy building one character and leaving every attribute dead kind of sucks. So that's there. Take care, have fun. Peace out. That's been it for me.